The Chicago Bears have a lot of big decisions to make this upcoming offseason, and one of them being with your head coach, Matt Eberflus. Matt Eberflus showed us a lot of reasons he should be here next year. He also showed us a lot of reasons his ass should not be here next year. Today, we're going to focus on why he shouldn't be here. We're going to get into that. He had a press conference yesterday. We're going to listen to a little bit of that and give my opinion on that. I have not seen the press conference. We'll get into that, all that, and more right after this.
Stand down or lay down and get smacked with the pole.
By this time, everybody on that roster should know what it means to beat the Packers. It's simple.
If I was a coach, Justin Fields would have been balling from day one.
Yeah, and he ain't balling. Justin Fields not balling. That's why we having these conversations. Matt Eberflus has been, him and Luke Getsy have been the talk of one of two of the hot seats that'll be coming up this off season. Me personally, I'm gonna let y'all know what I think at the end of this video. Before we get into it, please hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, the Black Bear Podcast on YouTube, all one word, no spaces. Also follow the page, the Black Bear Podcast on Facebook as well. Appreciate the support. All love. Also hope y'all had a great Christmas. All right, let's jump right into it. Why the Chicago Bears should move on from Getsy and Eberflus. Getsy's a little bit more understandable, but there's some people riding for Matt Eberflus. Today, we're going to look at the reasons why you should not move on with either of these dudes. And one being, we jumping right into it, y'all. Short yard blunders. Look, and I know Bears fans, we have been traumatized with this since the Nagy era and probably going back before that. But it seems like when you need 3rd and 1, 4th and 1, 2nd and what in inches, we don't know. We don't have a go-to play. We don't got a bread and butter, meat and potatoes, steak and potatoes, whatever y'all want to call it. Your go-to play, just like the tush push or whatever else other teams got. When you need a yard, you need a play to go get a yard. It seems like the Chicago Bears don't have that play. Luke Getsy is responsible for that. If you listen to some of Justin Fields' his pressers, he gets asked about some of those plays, and he gonna tell you, yeah, we got plays for 4th and 1, 3rd and 1, yada yada yada. We just didn't call it. You can go listen to his Justin Fields' last press conference. He said it in his last press. We got him. We just didn't call it. That is on you, Luke Getsy. Call the right plays. It seems like every time he gets there, he panics. He calls a fucking jet sweep to Tyler Scott. He'll call a toss to DJ Moore in the backfield. He'll run what he called this past week? Wildcat to Roshan Johnson. Like all this weird stuff is never consistent. If the Wildcat worked every time, I do it. If the jet sweep worked every time, do it. You need a bread and butter play. Those don't work. They don't work every time for 1 yard. It really should be us versus y'all. Y'all know we running it. We know we running it. Let's see who can move who. He doesn't do it that way. He gets cute. He gets pretty with it. I hate it. Luke Getsy should go because of that. Moving on. Choking. The Chicago Bears have had 4 historic blown leads. Everybody by now has seen the graphic. You had this season alone, you had 3 games with a 95, 96+% chance of winning that game. Being up 2 scores in the 4th quarter, you come out with losses. That is unacceptable. It's choke culture. It starts with the head coach when you talk about choke culture. The head coach is responsible for all of those losses. Literally. You can put it on Justin Fields. You can put it on even Lou Getsy or the O-line, whatever. It all comes back to the head of the snake, and that's Matt Eberflus. You just cannot lose those games. The latest one being the Browns loss, which still hurts. This win against the Cardinals don't even matter too much because of that loss to the Cleveland Browns. So choking is unacceptable. You cannot choke away games when you have a 95+% chance of winning. It is unacceptable. Matt Eberflus has done it 4 times. I know I said 3 this year, but don't Bears fans. Remember last year we had Detroit. We were up 10 points. We ended up losing that game 30-31. That is included. That is included. He doesn't get off scot-free for doing that as well. That was another epic blunder. Choking. You need to go, Matt Eberflus. Moving on. Deontay Foreman, healthy scratch for the first 4 games. Me personally, when we signed Deontay Foreman, I felt like he would come in and be our number 1 running back. I never looked at Khalil Herbert as the number 1 running back ever. Even when he was with David Montgomery, change of pace, perfect. Lead the league in yards per carry that way. You're not going to be our bell cow. You're not going to be our guy that we start the games with, and when we get in the red zone, we're going to use you. No. Khalil Herbert is a good back. Don't get me wrong. A lot of people like Khalil Herbert. I like Khalil Herbert. But he's a change of pace back. That is what he is. He is not a bell cow type back like Deontay Foreman. I watched Deontay Foreman when he was with the Panthers. I saw Deontay Foreman when he took over for when he took over for Derrick Henry in Tennessee. I watched him. I liked him there. He looked like a baby Derrick Henry in Tennessee. I had no doubts in my mind that he was going to be our number 1 running back. Turns out the dude was a healthy scratch the first 4 games. You could talk about his pass blocking, yada, yada. Roschon Johnson and Khalil Herbert, they ain't did shit in the pass block game. So don't give me that. That is not going to be able to fly or be used as an argument in this case. You need to be fired. He should not have been a healthy scratch for the first 4 games. Moving on. Hold on. Slow starts. Trying to find an identity. And this was the issue with Matt Nagy as well. We didn't have an identity. We started the year, 0-4? I think we lost our first 4 games trying to find our identity. And that's just not okay. Starting the season off slow like that, you're playing catch up the whole year, especially a year like this when people could tell you what they want. 6 and what we got. We're 6-8 or 6-9. We can end the season 8-9. Dude, we had one of the easiest schedules coming into this year. I don't care how nobody slices it. The schedule is only going to get harder because we played some weak-ass teams this year. I think the best teams we played this year was probably Kansas City. The Chargers aren't that great, but when you match them up with us, they're a great matchup for us. So the Chargers, Kansas City, the Chargers. Detroit was pretty good, at least I thought, but we should have beat them twice. So I mean, do you really want to throw Detroit in there? Who else was in there? We lost to the Packers. I don't think that's a good team. We lost to the Buccaneers. I don't think that's a good team. We lost to Denver. That damn sure ain't a good team. I don't care what turnaround they had. So I mean, who do we lose to that we probably besides the Chargers in Kansas City? You got to win. You have to. I don't care. Look, we should have won those games. We should be in the playoffs. We should be in the playoff hunt. We should damn near have one of those last wild card spots right now. That's an indictment on you, Luke Getsy. That's an indictment on you, Matt Eberflus. Your schedule is only going to get harder next year. Slow starts trying to find an identity. We haven't had an identity since Matt. Oh, no, we didn't have an identity with Matt Nagy. I don't remember the last time the Chicago Bears had an identity. At least with Mark Trestman, we knew what we wanted to do with the ball. So Slow starts, you need to be fired. We can't start on for trying to find out who we want to be with Justin Fields or fucking Caleb Williams. It can't happen. Moving on. Luke Getsy not willing to change his scheme. Look, when Lamar Jackson took over for Joe Flacco in Baltimore, those are two totally different quarterbacks. John Harbaugh, not John Harbaugh, fucking what is his name? Baltimore Harbaugh. Harbaugh changed his scheme, including Greg Roman. He was included in that, so I'm not going to. I know a lot of Bears fans want Greg Roman here, but we're going to give it to Harbaugh right now. Harbaugh changed his scheme to fit his young rookie quarterback, young talented quarterback that a lot of people wanted to become a receiver. He changed the scheme so that young man could succeed. For some reason, Luke Getsy, a guy who's never called plays, is too goddamn stubborn to change his scheme to fit the man and the players running this offense. That is a huge indictment on you. You need to go. If you're that egotistical that you cannot change the way you run your offense to be successful, to help this organization be successful, you need to go. This isn't about you, Luke Getsy. You were a QB coach for Aaron Rodgers, and boy, look, don't even get me started on that. I don't know why we hired him. He was a QB coach. He didn't call plays. Matt Eberflus was a defensive coordinator. We brought all these new dudes in to try to develop this young quarterback in Justin Fields, and now we putting it against him. And look, I'm not a Justin Fields stan. I actually think I see his flaws. I think you can't lose in this. I'm not even going to go that far. That's for another episode. Luke Getsy not willing to change his scheme. That's a fucking issue, and it was an issue all season, including last year. It took you to the Patriots game to realize that, what I'm doing ain't working. This kid ain't Aaron Rodgers. I got to tailor my offense to him. You deserve to be fired for that, Luke Getsy. Moving on. Luke Getsy throwing Justin Fields under the bus constantly. I don't watch many teams, coaches, offensive coordinators, press conferences, but y'all help me out. How many times have you heard offensive coordinators or head coaches constantly saying, there were about 5 or 6 big plays we missed out there? Oh, yeah, well, what we wanted to do on that play, it didn't happen. Justin should have did this. He didn't do that. Justin, yada, yada. This dude, Luke Getsy, is throwing buses around. I didn't even know he was that goddamn strong to throw buses around like that. He's literally picking. Listen, if you don't believe me, go listen. He only talks once a week. Luke Getsy speaks once a week. Listen to his once a week press conferences. The dude literally picks buses up and puts them right on Justin's head. Take some accountability, dude. We see what you're doing. Honestly, if anybody had to go this year, it should be you. It should be you. So he does not take accountability. He throws his quarterback under the bus constantly, knowing the scrutiny he's been facing. Knowing the scrutiny. Look, even if Justin was fucking up like massively, you help him out. You help deter some of that blame and put it on yourself, because that young man is going up there at that podium and taking shots from everywhere. Everybody's wondering what the fuck is going on, and you just sitting there piling it on. Luke Getsy, you didn't give your quarterback help on the field. You didn't give your quarterback help with the media. You got to go. Moving on. Justin fucking Fields admitted coaches are holding him back early. I know everybody remember earlier on in the season, he said he feel robotic. They asked, why do you feel robotic? He said, I don't know. Could be coaching. Could be coaching. Y'all tell me when the last time a quarterback literally called out his offensive coordinator. Now, later on, he did a little media scrum in the locker room. I'm sure he spoke with Luke Getsy and Matt Eberflus, and they were like, oh, yeah, we should do another one and walk those comments back, which he shouldn't have done because Luke Getsy hasn't done him any fucking favors. Later on, after that, they did a fucking weird ass took a weird ass picture that was definitely forced where they hugged and smiled at the camera on the practice field. Look, Luke Getsy and Justin Fields don't pair. They don't. And like, okay, say you do move on for Justin Fields. If this coordinator was unwilling to switch his scheme to benefit and help the team because his own ego or whatever he got going on with himself, why would you allow that man to take on a rookie quarterback in Caleb Williams or whoever the fuck y'all want to bring in? At this point, it don't matter to me. Why would you want him anywhere near your next quarterback? You don't. He doesn't get near the next quarterback. Luke Getsy, you should be fired. Now that we got that out the way, let's move on to my next topic. We're going to listen to some Matt Eberflus. Like I said, he spoke yesterday. I haven't seen this. I'm sure maybe some of y'all have. I haven't. I'm going to watch it. I'm going to commentate on it and see if he talking like he should be talking. Matt Eberflus is not the best press conference guy, so bear with me on this one. And he talked for a long ass time. So,
okay, I hope everybody had a nice holiday yesterday. Certainly good to spend some time with the family. Obviously, recapping a little bit. Obviously, great to get the win.
Come on.
I just wanted to thank the fans again. We won 4 in a row at home.
Come on with the
we got this
bullshit.
next one, last one at home, and got to get this one. And certainly want to thank them for that. Obviously the guys are excited about the win. Again, I gave those guys the day off yesterday and today, so they spent some time with their families. That's important for us to do that for the players, so they can get refreshed and get some good time with the families, and that's real important for us going forward with those guys. But real good positive start to the game. Like I said, first a fast start, get those 3 touchdowns, played some good defense in there to go up 21-0. But the main thing is that we want to do a good job of finishing the half out right. I think we did a good job on D
Connection
and special teams finishing out those drives. We just got to do a better job of capitalizing on the 2 minutes, the 2 possessions we did have on offense, to get at least 3 and potentially more going into the half right there. In terms of the injury updates, I'll have more for you tomorrow on that. But Tevin is still in concussion protocol, but we'll see where that goes. Cole, his knee, we'll see where that goes in terms of his movement tomorrow. And that's all I have for you in terms of those injuries.
Watch sports with live TV like cable with YouTube TV. Try it free. Terms apply. Cancel anytime.
TV don't get that. Do not get YouTube TV. That shit weak. We're gonna get back
with
to
that.
it.
Over the questions.
With the 2-minute situations, when you went back and watched them offensively, what stuck out to you about those 2 possessions?
Yeah, what I said after the game, it just comes down to execution. Executing, the plays, getting positive yards. 2-minute drills on offense or defense is always about that, right? Starting with a positive play. If you get the 3rd down, you got to convert on those downs.
Mm-hmm.
And chunk plays are at a premium, or defending against a chunk play. That's how you score or get the ball into scoring range. And that's really what we need to do in those situations there at the end of the half. Now, at the end of the game, if you go back to the end of the game, we were trying to put the game away. Justin had that beautiful scramble, that only a few guys in the league can do. And, big 39-yard gain or whatever it was. And, then we ended up throwing the interception after that. And really, I'll stick to the comments that I had after the game on that one, is that, the corner made a nice play. He sloughed off on the corner route and made a nice play. And, it's unfortunate that we threw it there. But I thought we responded well on defense. And after that, and finished the game out the right way, did what we needed to do to finish the game out the right way. So,
man, on that interception, what is the corner supposed to be doing? Did he just make like you said, a nice play and
Okay, that's weird. We are having some issues. Let's get right back to it because I don't know what just happened.
So he took the guy to the flat, ran out of real estate and sloughed off and turned what we call BTS and ended up making a nice play on the ball.
Are you looking for the ball to go to DJ there in terms of that?
It's really either one, whatever we feel that was the one to Herbert in the corner, right? Yeah.
Talking about Justin's interception to Khalil Herbert.
So what are some of the things that really impressed you about the progress that the defense has made? Because it's really sort of stepped up.
Yeah, they've stepped up in a lot of ways, and most importantly, they're playing together. So the continuity that they have. Obviously, the run defense has been stout. At times, and we certainly need to have that done this week. We got a big challenge ahead of us for the run. This team is a really good run team. They know how to do it, and obviously, they got really good personnel that can do that. So we got to do a really good job this week. But the takeaways have been high. I know we didn't get any the other day, so we're going to have to pick that up here the next game. And then obviously the space tackling, the sacks have picked up. All those things have done that, but really it's just buying into the system. Buying into our system. It's got a long
buying
history.
into no, it
It's
really
been around,
is
this league for a long time.
Montez
The guys
Sweat.
understand the core principles and the standards it takes to play the positions, and they're really doing a good job of rushing and cover and rush, really playing off each other that way and understanding, where the spots are to make their plays in the defense. That's why you see guys that are comfortable. They're playing fast and they're playing physical, and it's fun to watch when it gets to that point.
Man, with the downfield passing attack, you've been saying for a while you wanted to see more of that in the offense. Why you guys have you want that? Justin is talented at that. You have fast receivers. Why hasn't that been more a part of you guys' arsenal this season?
Well, I think we had a couple good ones, during the game, and I know one was a scramble where he threw the ball down the field, and I thought that was a nice play by Justin, evading the rush there, working out of the pocket, and then finding Cole all the way down the field, and Cole made an awesome play, and and Cole played awesome, by the way, for when he was in there, man, he was gutting it out, blocking well, and obviously he's had a really good season. For him, but and again, that play that came behind, that hideout play, so to speak, that was a really good play. Also, and was a good chunk play. So we had some good shots in there. We just need to do a better job of keeping that going. And we took a shot to Valist on the one side there. I think the pass was just off a little bit on that one, but again, we got to continue to do that because I know how hard it is. Defensively speaking of. When you do that, you back guys off you a little bit, and it opens up the intermediate passing game.
But big picture this season, not just the Cardinals game. What has been in the way of you guys making that a regular part of your offense? I mean, it seems like you have pieces to do it with.
Yeah, I would just say we just got to keep getting after it. Just keep doing it, and keep taking our shots, and keep making those connections. And hopefully this next two games we will. We will make those connections with DJ, with the guys that go down the field. Mooney and different guys, and Cole's done a good job of that too. But just got to keep doing it.
And the short yardage situations. What is your kind of philosophy in terms of mixing up creative looks versus having something that might be predictable and a staple, but that you just rely on and go?
Yeah. No doubt. We have to do a better job with short yardage. There's no question about that. And I think that we do you have to have a staple, something that you go to. It's usually the sneak or the wedge or the rugby, whatever you're calling that.
Yep, this is what I'm talking about, short yardage.
And we've done that a couple of times, and but we need to be more effective at that. So we're looking to be more effective at that because you need something like that where you can always go to that, and then you need some stuff that hits the perimeter.
So Matt Eberflus is literally talking about what one of my issues was with the reason that they should be fired. You have no go-to when you need short yards. You don't have go-to plays that you dial up when you need them in short yardage situations. I'm glad they asked him this question. It literally backs up what I was just talking about. They don't have them. We suck at short yards. We suck with a lead. We suck at short yardage plays, which should be the easiest things in football. Playing with a lead, getting short yardage. Let's continue.
Because teams will load up inside there on you, pack everybody inside and they leave themselves vulnerable on the outside. So I do think you need that. And we certainly have that in our arsenal too. But again, it just comes down to execution. It comes down to the guys, executing the push play better, and also the perimeter plays better.
If you're in short yardage on offense, wouldn't
Oh, another one. HBO Max. Story. Telling y'all right now.
Sign me up.
Don't sign up for that shit. HBO Max. Oh.
wouldn't it make sense to almost
All right, what just happened?
always, if not always, have the ball in Justin's hands because of how unpredictable he is, because of what a unique weapon he would be in that situation? I mean, if you think about it from a defensive coach's perspective, that would be a really difficult problem to deal with on, needing third or less.
Yeah. You want to put it in your guys' hands, right? So, Justin Fields is one of those guys, DJ is one of those guys. But you have to have some, multiplicity to it also, I think. So, to your point, yes, I think that's right. But I also think you have to have some multiplicity to it.
Matt, to a man after the game Sunday, yourself included, everyone was very excited for Mercedes, obviously, to get the reward of the touchdown. But it seems like for a guy that just got here, midway through the offseason, and he's become very magnetic for a lot of guys. I'm just curious from your perspective why he's had that effect on the locker room.
Yeah, just he gets respect when he walks right into the building because of the 18 years, in the NFL. I mean, that's hard to do as a player now, but and just the kind of man he is. I mean, he is a true leader. He helps younger guys. He's very wise when it comes to football and outside of football as well, and just has a way about him. And he has, obviously been one of our captains. He's one of our true leaders, on the football team, and that's why guys were so excited because they wanted to see him. We had that play in, and it didn't go as designed. Justin had a really good fake. He turned around and he's looking for, DJ on the shake route coming back.
That's what Justin does.
The block to the corner, and a really good job of Justin. Like he was going to run, the defender came up and we threw it to him. But for him to get that play was exciting for everybody, and including me. So,
Matt, going back to the passing game, you guys ranked 27th in the NFL, but you've had some really nice moments. What's your satisfaction level at with the passing game this season and the growth it's shown?
Well, I mean, if it's at 27, it's not where it needs to be, right? So we just gotta, continue to work on that, and it's gotta, like to your point, get the downfield throws and get explosive throws. How you score in the NFL is to get explosive passes and explosive, runs, and that's what you need to do. And I thought we did a really good job getting those explosive runs on Sunday, and Herbert did a heck of a job running the ball. I thought the line did a really good job of that. But to your point, we got to get some of those explosive passes.
Good
like
job
said,
against that weak
team.
ass
We need
team.
to get more of those.
Matt, the TV copy picked up a sequence where Justin didn't seem pleased with something maybe with Getsy was saying was the second and six, late in the third quarter, about 2 minutes left. The second and six play ends up being an incomplete pass to the right. Do you know exactly what was kind of going on in that sequence?
I think they were arguing about under center or pistol, but that might have been it. But the play works either way. It's the same play, but yeah.
When you guys came in and started to rebuild this thing, you guys, a lot of veterans were traded and left, but you kept Eddie and Jalen. Now that the defense is where it's at, how do you describe the value having both of those guys throughout this rebuild has been?
You talking about Eddie and Jaquan?
Eddie and Jalen.
Jalen, yeah. Both have been great. True pros, have done everything we asked them to, have helped the younger guys, have both risen. Eddie really had a really great year last year. He's having a solid, consistent year this year. Eddie had a really good year last year before he got hurt. Jalen's really come on as of late, and I'm excited for those guys, both of those guys, where their future is going to be. We don't know all that right now. We certainly would love to have them here, but those guys have really done a nice job, and they're both so smart when it comes to football. They're high intelligent guys, and that certainly helps our young guys, our first and second year players, to be able to develop, understanding the game of football. And those guys have been a big part of that.
Thank you, Matt.
All right, we'll see you guys tomorrow.
Matt Eberflus. And I mean, look, they asked him a lot of the questions. I'm glad they actually. I'm glad they actually asked him about the whole spat between Justin and Luke Getsy, because what he say? They were arguing about pistol or under center, and it works either way. About that, so I hate pistol formation. I'm not a fan of pistol formation, but I mean, I'm sure it was a little bit more than what Matt is giving us, but just that right there lets you know that your quarterback and your offensive coordinator haven't been on the same page for the last 2 years, honestly. And that's a tell right there, because Justin is in year 3. He shouldn't even be having to have issues with his offensive coordinator, because he's young and he's still learning. That's usually like a veteran thing, like an Aaron Rodgers, Tom Brady, or I mean, like, just name a veteran quarterback, even fucking old ass Joe Flacco. That's the type of stuff you do when you've been in the game for a while and you know certain things, and you like to fit, you know how certain things should feel when it's called yada yada yada. So that just lets you know Luke Getsy got to go. 21 screens. Look, Luke Getsy called 21 screens in a game this year, give or take. That shit is horrible. We ain't forget about the 3 screens in a row, wide receiver screens, right, left, and we damn sure ain't forget about the early on Tampa Bay Buccaneers back-to-back running back screens that cost us the goddamn game. Look, Matt Eberflus may be able to save his job, but I think the Chicago Bears would be doing this team, this roster, a huge disservice, especially the quarterback next year. A huge disservice if they bring Luke Getsy back. They're allowing him to learn on the job. That don't happen. Look, I'm not gonna make this about race, but it just don't happen like that with black coaches. He's able to learn on the job. You tell me the last time a black quarterback coach got an offensive coordinator position with a top 3 football market team. You tell me that, and then I'll be like, okay, you right. You probably can't tell me that. Hey, appreciate y'all tuning in to the channel, the Black Bear the Black Bear Podcast. I'm your boy Mark Robb. Be looking out this weekend. We got the Great Debate Extravaganza. I'm gonna have some guests coming on, and we gonna talk about and debate. Heat is gonna be heated. It's Chicago Bears. Shit is always heated. We're gonna talk about the Justin Fields debate, whether we should use the first round pick to trade it and get a war chest of picks, or should we just draft Caleb Williams? This is probably the biggest divide I've seen since I've been a Chicago Bears fan in my life. The biggest divide of the fan base. I'm gonna give y'all a little teaser on it because it's gonna be epic. It's gonna be epic. Hey, y'all have a good rest of y'all day. Appreciate y'all tuning into the Black Bear Podcast. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, the Black Bear Podcast. That's all one word, no spaces. The Black Bear Podcast. You can find us on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, all that. Y'all have a good rest of y'all day again. I'm out. Your boy Mark Robb.